Hello guys, hope you are okay today. Uh, Today we have a reading about the legend, the story about the Trojan horse. And in this legend we will see the key words we learned in the last class. And the story tells about one problem that the Greeks they want to solve. And I want you to read this story and see what the problem was. Okay, this story has like 3 pages. I'm sending this file to you. Okay, when you finish this story, you also can watch a cartoon. Here there is a link so you can go on YouTube and watch. It's very nice. I think it's about 6 minutes. It's very fast. And when you finish this reading and watching the cartoon, you can answer the questions. We have only 3 questions here, just to see what did the Greeks want to do, why couldn't they do it, and how did they solve this problem. As I told you at the beginning, they had one problem, and you have to tell me what problem it was and how did they solve it. Okay, and when we finished, I'm gonna also send you the link of the class dojo we use in class every day. So now maybe we can download it. You can ask your parents to download it for you on your cell phone, and we can communicate through the class dojo. We can send pictures, I can send you some activities. I think will be very nice. Ok? Só falando agora em português, então a gente vai ver esse texto sobre o cavalo de Troia. A gente vai ver as palavras que a gente aprendeu na outra aula, sobre os keywords. Prisoners, soldiers, attack, strong, enemies, palace. A gente vai ver essas palavras. E eu expliquei também que a gente tem essa história fala sobre os gregos tinham um problema para resolver e eles resolveram de uma forma bem inusitada. Então vocês podem olhar no texto e responder essas 3 perguntas. Também falei que eu vou disponibilizar para vocês um link dessa história que vocês podem assistir no YouTube, o desenho. E sobre o Class Dojo, que a gente já usa em sala e a gente pode começar a usar também para se comunicar, vocês de casa. Eu vou mandar o QR Code, cada um tem um QR Code, cada um tem um QR Code, vocês vão usar a câmera para fazer a leitura e baixar o aplicativo, ok? See you soon, bye bye!
The Trojan Horse. Helen was the queen of the Greeks. She was very beautiful. A Trojan prince made her a prisoner and took her to his home in Troy. Helen's husband wanted Helen back in Greece. He sailed to Troy with many ships and many soldiers. For 10 years, he and the other Greeks camped outside the walls around the city. They attacked Troy many times, but the walls were too strong. Finally, the Greeks asked 2 of their gods, Athena and Poseidon, for help. Athena wanted the Greeks to beat their enemies. She gave an idea to Odysseus, one of the Greeks. Odysseus said, "We can trick the Trojans. We can build a huge wooden horse and hide inside it. Then, as soon as the Trojans bring the horse through the city walls, we will surprise them." And that is what the Greek soldiers did. When the wooden horse was ready, they carved words on the side. The words said, "For Athena, the Greeks ask you for a safe return home." The Greeks knew that the people of Troy also honored Athena. They knew there was a temple to Athena inside the city walls. This was their plan. The Trojans will take the horse into the city to the temple. We will be hiding inside the horse." That night, Odysseus and 20 other soldiers climbed inside the horse. They closed the small door and waited quietly. Greeks sailed away in their ships, but they did not go far. The next morning, the Trojans looked outside the walls. The Greeks were gone. Their camp was empty. Nothing was left outside the walls of Troy but the big wooden horse. The Trojans saw the huge horse and were curious about it. One Trojan warned that the horse was a trick, but the others did not listen. They decided to bring it through the city walls. It was very heavy. With great effort, they pulled it into the city. When the horse was inside, the people of Troy covered it with flowers. At night, the king of Troy had a party at the palace. At last the war was over. Queen Helen came outside to look at the horse. "I wonder what's inside this horse," she said quietly to herself. The men inside the horse wanted to call out to Helen, but Odysseus stopped them. "Shh!" he said to his men. "Do not say a word, or the Trojans will discover us." Helen guessed that Greek soldiers were inside the horse, but she kept the secret. Late that night, all the Trojans were asleep. The Greek soldiers opened the small door in the horse. They climbed out. A few of them ran to the top of the city walls. They waved at their ships to return. The Greek soldiers on the ships saw them and sailed back to the city. Then Odysseus and his men opened the city gates. All the other Greek soldiers rushed inside. They killed the Trojans and burned the city. Queen Helen was saved. The long war was over.